Surprisingly, the anime game is the most looking games genre right now. We have seen so many good games in anime art style that look so promising in general, the graphic, the gameplay, and how the game mechanism is. But most of the anime game will have a very attractive storyline as the best RPG games genre. Remember to like this video and please enjoy the video of Top 10 New Release Anime Games RPG for Android 2025 Updated. Macarasi Mobile. I would easily describe how the game concept is. It's about a waifus in mecha. What a great idea! I can't believe we live in a mobile games era where the anime game has a realistic design as well. It's a great combination of anime character design as well as the robotic form with a realistic design. The sharpnesses and how detailed the game is a top notch. A lot of animation scenes will show up is enough for us to know how well the storyline goes. The game's combat mechanism are tactical and strategy based, so every single move you do, it will determine your result. Most of the robot will have two different playstyle for a long range and also close combat range. So the player should understand the timing and the enemy's characteristic on every turn. The animation of the battle really impressed me. I would say it's kind of a AAA game on mobile. Anyway, there is a lot of stuff that we can get through gacha, and honestly, the gacha rate is pretty high. Even as a free-to-play player, you should be happy to play it without spending any single penny. Most of our character is pretty overpowered in the earliest stage level. Persona 5 The Phantom X. For the second list, proudly I would like to share this game as one of the best anime game RPG that has been released on mobile, and it's officially available to download freely on Play Store and App Store. You know, Persona has a huge name as one of the best RPGs on console. There are so many series available with such a great storyline. Because every single sequel, the developer are always concerned about the main storyline. Even if we will go through the story, it's longer rather than finishing the combat. Surely, from that aspect, we already know what the developer are focusing on. The story is the main aspect why the player are playing it frequently. Persona has its own characteristic font that's pretty identical with this franchise. Once you see the font style and color, then I'm sure you know what kind of game is this. The combat mechanism is a turn-based system with a very simple mechanism system. Even as a newbie, I'm pretty sure you will understand it. We should try to find out the enemy's weaknesses by a certain skill and transform your hero by summoning a spirit to multiply your status point. Absolutely the best new game on mobile with anime art style. Altern Exorcist. As an offline game anime, I would like to declare it has one of the best action combat on mobile, and I highly recommend for you to play it right now, because you will experience the next level of combat system. The gameplay is super interesting, with a lot of action we can do and learn, but of course the timing, speed, and precision is three main keys to successfully landing a powerful damage to the enemy. Along the combat, some action will be so crucial to make sure your gameplay improve in advance. Blocking the attack, counter a certain attack, dodge the heavy damage, but the most important thing is to do a combination combo with an extra attack that can be launched once we tap the screen on the right timing. I think this game has the most complete features we have with an offline-based game RPG on mobile, especially in anime art style. Dead Alive. This is what a game's developer do. Improving is the best word to describe how this game works, because I remember how this game has ever been released before, but right now, the visualization is way better with a lot of optimization we can compare within the previous version. The developer announced it will be released globally, and the game is only accessed in a certain country, but through this video, I'm sure you know how the graphic progression is. The combat mechanism is anime hack and slash based with an action game concept. It's pretty newbie friendly, even if you don't have to understand the tutorial. All of the skills doesn't consume any energy, which means we only need to wait for the cooldown time to be ready. I'm sure your device can handle it on the highest setting because the developer is successfully making it playable smoothly on a low endpoint, which is I have tested. Pirate Awaken. Finally, this game was released on mobile. It will become one of the best One Piece games that has an English version. But I'm not sure it's made by the official games developer because I have checked the studio behind this project and it doesn't have any game except it. So, I would assume if this is a fan-made, and I recommend you for not doing any top-up until the game officially released, because it's been a while since it only on an early access on the Play Store. But once you play it, then you will realize how good the graphic is, with a stunning 3D visual that you can enter into the One Piece world. It's kind of a semi-open world where we can explore the area before entering the dungeon stages. Build your dream crewmate through gacha and free ticket gift. Once your team is ready, then you can measure your combat powers team by joining into the class of the Ultimate War. But before you do it, remember to awaken your skill first to release the unmatched power. Pirate Awaken is absolutely one of the best One Piece games on mobile. Altern Wealth, Blue Exorcist another. One word to describe this game is perfection. I'm not sure how many games can run manually right now, but this game is well represented as no auto-play game RPG. The pathfinding and the combat battle should be done manually, which is pretty good for the player who's looking to enjoy the gameplay as the main priority. Because the experience you will get will be different between an auto game or the no auto-play game. But don't worry about getting lost, because the yellow dot hint is pretty clear to see to let the player knows about the next mission you need to reach. I love how we can select a different answer once the dialogue or the conversation is started. As a player, we can create our own story then. It's an exploration base where the player will have some allies on their side that can switch anytime on the combat. The fast-paced level battle is pretty satisfying. Try to combine two different jumping and attack buttons to launch a combo attack. If you love a hardcore game, surely you can try it. Best RPG anime game on Android and iOS. Blaze Blue, Entropy Effect. Not many games that give me an interesting part about a side-scrolling base, but this game is really different and I'm so amazed with the gameplay. It's such a pleasure to have it on mobile device because the game's quality seems like a PC or any console level. I'm sure after you watch this game, then you will realize how good the game is. The combat itself looks so fast with a high intention and dynamic level. We can use the dash button and also combine with an attack button to trigger a heavier damage. The dash button can be combined with an attacking button as well. Overall, I really love to see the game's mechanism. It's so satisfying. It doesn't have any storyline at all. At the beginning, we only have a tutorial and it directly plays to the main stages. The main objective mission is really easy. We just need to eliminate the entire enemy at all, and at the end of the stages, the boss monster will be waiting for us. Need a huge effort to face the boss because their movement is unpredictable. Blaze Blue Entropy Effect is the best anime hack and slash game RPG for mobile. Haikyuu Fly High. This game is adapted from the actual of the anime or manga, and I'm totally happy with the game's result. It's pretty much represent the actual gameplay. Even the ultimate skill will launch with a cinematic scene and beautiful voiceover. Even though it is RPG based, but actually the sport is actually the main gameplay. It's kind of a volleyball game with the exact rule as the reality of the volleyball mechanism. But there is one difference, which is a certain character can unleash the special power, and also all of the team morale can be raised up once the gauge meter reaches the maximum. It's not about action only, because the storyline is well blended. I got a free SSR hero freely, and you will have a chance to reroll multiple times until you get a character you are wishing for. Such a kind of developer. Anyway, are you interested in anime in sport base? Etheria Restored. This game is one of the best new turn-based RPG on mobile. It feels so good with a huge open world game that we can explore using some action like hanging on the wall and also do a teleportation. Of course, all of these actions are really satisfying to do and really important because we should try to do a backstab to make an instant kill to the enemy. I realize how the player needs to open up the vision to see a further distance. Once the enemy notices our presence, then we can't avoid the battle. In fact, every battle will take so much time. About the combat mechanism, I'm sure you all will understand how it works because it is really easy to learn. I only want to be concerned about the gacha rate. It's super high. As a AAA game gacha, the developers show us how to maintain the loyal player to keep playing it by increasing the legendary chance through gacha, and it successfully attract more players and also new newbie players to play it. Absolutely, best game gacha Android and iOS. Lost World. If you love to play a casual and simple game, then you must try this game right now. It's a super good in visual and has an amazing skill showcase. All of the character designs look so promising with a beautiful shape and charming. Of course, if you are a waifu, then this game will be your first priority to try and play. This is an idle game where the player don't need a huge effort to play it. Just let the bot decide about the skill selection by tapping the auto buttons. Once all of the enemy is eliminated, then you will go directly into the next area. Trust me, there is no pay to win games on it. Even the developer will give you a bunch of free tickets for summoning, and you will see how easy we will get a higher tier hero. Bonus, Digimon source code. I will tell you earlier if this game wasn't made by the official one. That's why the game is not available on the Play Store. But honestly, the character appearance is super detailed with the high level similarities of the design and skill animation. I think there is no difference between the actual anime and also the game series. Well done, Dev. The gameplay will let the player enjoy a little story through the main quest, but the main objective mission is always to save a certain country. These all are the best new anime games on mobile. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.